Welcome. But before you go any further, pause for a moment and ask yourself something honestly. How many times have you told yourself, I'll start tomorrow? Not once, not twice, but so many times that the word tomorrow has quietly become a comfortable hiding place. What if tomorrow is not a real day, but just a soft excuse that keeps repeating itself? What if every delay is not harmless, but slowly building a life you never truly planned? This is not just a story, it is a mirror. And as you move through it, you may begin to see something familiar, something you have felt, but never fully faced. Because this story is not about someone else. It is about a moment. The moment where everything could change, but often doesn't. There is a silent space in life where nothing seems wrong, yet nothing truly moves forward. In this space, people live normal days. They wake up, check their phones, think about their goals, and feel a small spark of intention. Today could be the day, they tell themselves. But then something shifts. The spark fades, replaced by comfort, distraction, or doubt. The day passes like every other, and by the time night arrives, the same promise returns. I'll start tomorrow. This cycle feels harmless at first, almost invisible. But over time, it becomes a pattern. And patterns, once repeated enough, begin to shape reality. In this world of quiet delay, two paths always exist, even if they are not clearly seen. One path whispers, "Start now." It does not promise ease or perfection. It offers uncertainty, effort, and discomfort. The other path gently says, "Wait a little longer." It feels safe, reasonable, even wise. After all, waiting can be justified in many ways. But here is where the truth hides. Waiting, when repeated again and again, is no longer a pause. It becomes a decision to stay exactly where you are. At the beginning, the difference between these two paths is so small that it almost feels meaningless. On one side, a single step is taken, imperfect, uncertain, and perhaps even clumsy. On the other side, a decision is made to delay. Just one more day, just a little more preparation. That one step and that one delay seem equal in weight. But they are not, because one creates movement, and the other strengthens stillness. Time begins to move, as it always does. Days quietly turn into weeks, and weeks stretch into months. The person who chose to start begins to experience something new. It is not success, not yet, but it is movement. They face challenges they did not expect. They make mistakes that feel uncomfortable. They question themselves. But through all of this, something important happens. They begin to learn. Each step, no matter how small, adds a layer of experience. Each mistake becomes a lesson that cannot be learned through thinking alone. Meanwhile, on the other path, something different unfolds. The person who chose to wait still feels the same desire to start. That desire never disappears. But now it is mixed with something heavier: hesitation. The longer they wait, the more difficult starting begins to feel. What once seemed simple now feels complicated. Doubt slowly grows, not because they are incapable, but because inaction creates distance. And the greater the distance, the harder it feels to begin. In the space of waiting, the mind becomes very active. It produces thoughts that sound logical and responsible. I need more time. I'm not ready yet. I should plan better. These thoughts feel safe, even intelligent. But beneath them lies a quiet truth. They are not moving anything forward. They are simply protecting the comfort of staying still. And comfort, while pleasant in the moment, can become a silent trap over time. On the path of starting, something unexpected begins to happen. The person who took that first step realizes that clarity does not come before action. It comes from action. The things they once worried about begin to lose their power. Not because those challenges disappear, but because they are no longer unknown. They are experienced, understood, and managed step by step. Confidence, which once felt distant, begins to grow. Not from success, but from movement. There is a moment, often quiet and unnoticed, where the difference between the two paths becomes visible. The one who started is no longer asking, "Should I begin?" They are already in the process. They are adjusting, improving, and evolving. Their progress may not be perfect, but it is real. The one who stayed stuck, however, begins to feel a quiet tension. It is not loud or dramatic, but it is persistent. A feeling that something important is being missed. A sense that time is moving, but they are not. This is where the weight of delay begins to reveal itself. Not in sudden regret, but in small realizations. Seeing others move forward, noticing opportunities that feel out of reach. Wondering, what if I had started earlier? This question does not bring answers. It brings awareness. Awareness of time, of choices, and of the invisible cost of waiting. But even here, the story does not end. Because the most powerful truth is this: the opportunity to start never truly disappears. It may feel harder. It may feel uncomfortable. But it is always there. The path of start now does not close. It simply waits for a decision. Imagine what happens when that decision is finally made. Not a perfect decision, not a fully planned one, but a real one. The moment someone stops waiting and begins, something shifts instantly. It is not visible from the outside, but internally, everything changes. Energy that was once used for thinking and worrying is now used for doing. Fear, which once felt overwhelming, begins to shrink. Not because it is gone, but because action is stronger. The first step may feel small. It may not bring immediate results, but it carries something powerful. It breaks the pattern. And once the pattern is broken, everything becomes possible. One step leads to another. Progress, even if slow, begins to build. And over time, that progress creates something that waiting never could: momentum. Momentum is quiet at first. It does not feel dramatic or life-changing. But it grows. And as it grows, it makes the next step easier. And the next. And the next. Until one day, the person who once struggled to begin is no longer struggling. They are moving. They are becoming. They are creating a life that once felt distant. Now look again at the other path, the path of staying stuck. It still offers comfort. It still feels safe. But it has not changed. It has not grown. It has only repeated itself. And repetition, without action, leads to one place: regret. Not the loud kind, but the quiet kind. The kind that asks again and again, what if? This story is not about success or failure. It is about movement and stillness. It is about the difference between thinking and doing. It is about the power of a single decision. The decision to start, even when everything inside says to wait. Because the truth is simple, even if it is not easy. There will never be a perfect time. There will never be complete certainty. There will always be reasons to delay. But there will also always be a choice. And that choice is yours in every moment. Right now, as you reach the end of this story, nothing around you may have changed. Your environment is the same. Your situation is the same. But something important has been placed in front of you: a clear understanding. Two paths. One leads forward, slowly but surely. The other keeps you exactly where you are. So the question is no longer, what should you do? The question is, what will you choose? Because every second you spend waiting is a decision to stay. And every second you choose to act is a step toward change. Start now, or stay stuck forever. The story continues, but only if you decide to move.